Hi everybody. Hi everybody on Avid Link. Hi everybody here at the NAMM Show 2020. We have Joe Chiccarelli here.
Hello everybody.
Grammy-winning producer, engineer, notable works, Raconteurs, White Stripes, Jason Mraz, Beck, the list goes on and on. You've done this for many, many years. It's good to have you here.
Pleasure. Absolutely.
How are you this fine
Good.
afternoon?
It's a good start to the NAMM show. Not too maddening here today,
Yeah.
so it's good. You can actually get around, hear things, and talk to manufacturers. It's pretty
awesome.
I hope it stays this way.
Yeah, for sure. So for those of you who are not familiar with Townsend Labs or the Sphere microphone modeling that we do, maybe just as a quick intro. So Sphere is a microphone modeling system. It consists of the L22, which is this lovely mic over there next to the Avid control surface. It's a dual channel, high precision FET condenser mic. So a great sounding mic in its own right. I don't know, have you ever used it without any modeling?
Yeah, that's the thing that has surprised me the most in ways, is that the microphone itself sounds really, really good. And this is interesting for me to be here at this booth speaking about this mic because I've designed microphones. So in a sense, this is my competition, but I really feel great about the product. I think the microphone, without any of the modeling, is really a good sounding mic. I've had great luck with it on vocals, background vocals, acoustic guitar. I love it on piano, a number of things, percussion overdubs. So unto itself, the microphone really works. You could almost buy it as just another microphone in your arsenal.
Yeah. Well, and then of course the real magic happens once you add the plugin, which is included with the microphone. So it's that package where the real magic happens, and you get access to, at the moment, 30 stunning sounding microphone models. And you can quickly audition microphones, you can change the mic type, you can change the polar pattern, and you get access to all these parameters that normally are baked into the recording. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll use this one. So you get access to all these microphone parameters that normally would be baked into your recording by the time you're tracking, but with the plugin it's actually available to you both while you're tracking, but also after the tracking is done. So Sphere is actually, at that point, becoming a mixing tool, so you can work with it dynamically in your mix. And so on this side, you see it running in Pro Tools HDX. At the moment, this is something that we added sort of mid-2019, last year. We've always been supporting all native platforms, so even if you don't have an HDX system, you can use the plugin just as well. It also runs on all the other DAWs, and we also support UAD too, so you can also run in real time on an Apollo interface. But of course, we're here to talk about Pro Tools and HDX, which is a seamless integration. And this is actually something that I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
You know, as a pro user of this, you work in great rooms, you work at Sunset Sound. Why is AAX DSP support on the HDX platform so important for you?
Well, a lot of times using this microphone live with a singer or player, the thing that you just never want to deal with is latency. The worst moment that you can have is somebody getting out there and starting to play and going, I don't feel good. Something's up. I don't know what's up with my headphones. I can't figure this out. And a lot of times I'm dealing with singers that are perhaps maybe even a little bit more old school and don't realize it's latency. They just realize that there's something not right. So having something that I can depend on that's just putting the plugin in, never having to worry about latency issues is really, really important to me. And so far, it's been absolutely seamless. The thing that I wanted to talk about first is, if you're cool with it.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. Is just modeling itself, because I come from an education in audio where I worked in great studios, always had access to 47, 67, C12s, everything was all there. You went in the closet, you got it. The sounds of those mics became ingrained in my brain. They were part of my sort of encyclopedia knowledge of making records. And I don't know, 20 years ago when microphone modeling came about, I was one of those guys to just go, no way, not possible, not interested, thank you very much. And the interesting thing is, like plug-in technology, period, over the last 20 years, it's gotten so good. And 20 years ago, when I would argue with people about a hardware Pultec versus the bomb factory Pultec, those arguments aren't even there anymore. Plugins are part of your daily workflow. You can't even question this stuff. So for me, mic modeling is now at that age where there's nothing wrong with it. And as a technology that we use daily, it's going to become more and more refined. The models will get better. The detail will be there. But for me, from my ear, it's working. I'm not afraid to use it. Where 20 years ago, if we were having this conversation, that's just, no thanks. I'll go in the mic closet and get my vintage mic. And the other thing that's happening more and more now is that music is being made everywhere, in closets, on the rehearsal stage, when the band is writing a tune during sound check.
In Airbnbs with marble floors.
Exactly. So you can't get what you really ideally want. You don't have those moments where you are in Sunset Sound or Blackbird or Ocean Way, with these world-class studios with this great environment, this room that just has a tone and a character. That doesn't always happen. So I don't want to say you're at a disadvantage, but you've got to make what you have work for you, whether it's a closet or a less than perfect studio environment. So to me, this is now a tool that helps me get through that. And there have been many instances where I've had an artist say to me, no offense, but I feel like the vocal performance that we captured here is really great. You really helped me through some parts of it that I was struggling with. But I get such great vocals when I'm in my living room. And I would love to take a crack at this myself. And, as a producer, it's about getting the best record made possible. I don't care what the process is. I don't care how, where, when it was recorded, as long as the performance is great. So on a couple of occasions, I've taken the Townsend mic and said, look, I trust this microphone. You sound pretty good in it. Just record the track, go home, maybe even comp your vocal or give me a performance you like, and then we'll bring it back here. And then with the plugin, I have the ability to perhaps change the model of the mic or maybe use the stock microphone and tweak the proximity effect, because perhaps the singer wasn't really great at finding that spot in the mic. The other thing that's happened to me, we can talk about that proximity control, and I don't want to lose your flow here.
No, not at all. You're doing this great. I'll let you do the whole thing next time.
I'm just rambling. But I've found that it's actually like a great tool to take out slight P-pops, because that's something that's super annoying to me, especially now when we're able to put a lot more low end on a record, and that low end can't compete with the kick drum that's super loud. So I'm constantly trying to find new ways to take care of plosives on a microphone. And I've been able to actually just automate that knob, and it's worked.
So, yeah, I mean, it's probably worth mentioning to those of you unfamiliar that, of course, because we have the plugin running in Pro Tools, all of these parameters are available to us after the recording is done, which also means that they're all available for automation. So it's all becoming a dynamic part of your mix, which you can use to solve problems. But of course, you can also use it creatively, and I think that's something that you do as well, right?
Yes. The thing we were just talking earlier, the one moment that really changed my mind really on with the microphone is nowadays a lot of pop music has stacks of background vocals. And I'm very, very aware of getting background vocals to blend right, to not get too phasey. As you know, if you have a singer do his lead vocal and then double track it, you get that nice chorusy sound. But sometimes you get a phase cancellation if the performances are so close, they almost become less than the one single performance. So what I normally do is record, find a microphone, find a sound that I think is right for the singer, get my great vocal performance, comp it, do what I need to do to it. Then I have him go out, perhaps double track the choruses. And I sit there and think about the sound of the vocal, and I think, okay, what do I need in the chorus? In the chorus, he's moving to an upper register, so his voice gets a little thin. So that's the way that's the reason that I want to double track it to begin with, because I want some support and some weight underneath his vocal. But I also think of it in terms of frequencies, tonality, what's missing. So the vocal to me at this point maybe sounds a little thin, sounds a little empty. So I want to now, for my double track, or my harmonies for that matter, I want to find a microphone that sort of fills in the missing pieces, that supplies the frequencies that the main vocal doesn't have in the chorus. So I'll perhaps do the double track on a ribbon microphone or a lower fi microphone. A lot of times I'll even use a distorted microphone, an old Shure, or I'll deliberately overload the mic preamp to get a little bit more grain and grit and power. So I'm looking for something that complements that original performance. And one thing that often happens is the singer is like, okay, let me double track this. You don't have the time to go and like, all right, let me try this microphone, let me try that microphone, and maybe you get one, maybe you get two shots at this.
Yeah, and you don't really know if it's going to work, right? You have to take some risks.
That's right. Yeah, so I'm using my ear to go, okay, this lower mid-range is missing. Let me find a microphone that's got a nice warm lower mid-range. Or I need more aggression in the mids. I need more grit and cut. So let me find something that's aggressive. And often I don't have the time to do that with the singer because they want to go. So being able to now manipulate that after the fact, and it's very different than adding distortion or EQ later on. To me, I'm all about getting the sound right there at the front end when I record it. It's very, very, very important for me to get it exactly or as close as possible to what I'm hearing or what the artist is hearing in their head for that particular song. So I try really hard to make sure I've chosen the right microphone for the song, for the artist. But that doesn't always happen. And sometimes I guess wrong. It's sometimes that simple. And this has been an incredible tool to go in after the fact and go, you know, I thought a 47 was going to be perfect for this singer, but damn, you know, he sounds better on a 67. And that's just been an amazing tool. It's also been a very educational tool. And I don't know if you want to talk about the pattern selection or anything.
I actually was going to go over there real quick. If you want to join me.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of time left, but I just very quickly wanted to show that, you know, in the plugin, we can just very quickly cycle through the different microphones. We have 30 microphone models included at the moment. We can also select one right away. So, you know, all of this is about working fast and not tiring out the artist. we can quickly change the polar pattern to whatever we want, even if that original microphone didn't even have, let's take a 47, never had a figure of 8 mode.
That's right.
You would have had to buy a 48 for that. Yep. So all of this can be done instantly, and what you were saying when it comes to backing vocals, you can just keep rolling, right? You can just keep track your stacks of background vocals, and then you put them on different tracks. You can change the polar pattern, you can change the mic model. You can even go as far as switching the microphone, the Sphere plugin to the dual mode, and then what you were saying in terms of like going to a higher register in the chorus, I could take a ribbon microphone in here,
switch it for the chorus,
and switch it. Just put the mix all the way, or even just add in a little bit before I've even had to touch any EQ or anything like that.
Yep. And I actually, it's funny, I just remembered this. There was an instance where I had to match up a line where it was punched in at a later date with a different microphone, and I was actually able to go in the model and switch to a different model and get it closer, as opposed to fiddling with automated EQ and dipping out some lower mids for that one line. And so there's the thing it's almost embarrassing to me is it's been an amazing educational tool, because after the fact I go, oh, wow, this actually sounds better in Omni, and I mic'd it thinking cardioid only. So now I've gone back and in a couple of instances thought about recording my piano more in Omni than in cardioid. Or often I'll find that I'll change the axes, I'll change the angle, and I start to question my actual microphone positioning. So even if you just want to get better at mic positioning, it's an incredible tool to learn. That's the thing we really should talk about. And I'm sorry, I don't want to step on your thing, but I'm getting enthusiastic about this because I just noticed the supercardioid pattern. And the one place that came in so handy is, how many times have you had to record somebody singing and playing acoustic guitar at the same time? And you can never, the only thing you can do is hope that you get a singer that sings quietly and has a medium to loud acoustic guitar. But if you have the opposite, a loud singer and a quiet guitar player, you're in trouble. The bleed is going to be really maddening. And I've even gone so far as built foam tables over the acoustic guitar, and I've had people sort of play inside a box to get the isolation. But the one thing that's been brilliant is being able to go in after the fact and subtly adjust the pattern on those two microphones to minimize the leakage. It's not perfect, but I definitely could improve the separation between a guitar and a voice.
Yeah.
So I start learning is the amazing part of this all.
Well, I think there's lots more to talk about. Unfortunately, we're pretty much out of time.
I know, I just noticed that evil clock.
What I will say is, we'll be at the Townsend Labs booth, at least myself, which is one level up, booth 18326. But also, I would like to invite all of you to go to townsendlabs.com. The plugin itself is actually available for free without any copy protection. So all you need to do is go to our website, townsendlabs.com, create an account, and download the plugin as well as some pre-recorded sample content. So you can familiarize yourself with the models, you can familiarize yourself with the powerful capabilities of the Sphere plugin. Mm-hmm. Joe,
do we have time for questions, or are they going to?
I don't think we really have time. So I don't know, maybe you want to stick around. Okay, one question.
No questions.
Who's got a question?
All right, okay.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey.
I'm glad I just walked this way and got a chance to just see this. So for me, I'm an engineer of a couple of years, and I'm a stickler for creating a preset for artists and their vocals. I like to be able to, if I'm working with an artist for a good amount of the time, a couple of months, couple of weeks, I want to make sure that I have like a preset that's ready. My question is this a good plug-in to kind of incorporate when you're working with singers with warm voices, to kind of incorporate this a part of a preset, just to kind of start from somewhere?
Yeah, I'm sure you could
Absolutely.
save it.
Yeah, I do that for my sessions all the time, where I have, once I know that it's working, save it as a preset, and maybe you'll change it up next time, but as part of the track presets within Pro Tools, you can just make it part of that, and you're good to go. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg, for having
Give
us.
it up to Joe. Thank you so much. Julian.